You may or may not have heard of Box Hill, but it's certainly one of the most talked about segments of the people I know who live here in London. And despite only being 2 and a bit kilometres long and only 7% grade, as you can see by the way this guy attacks, there's something quite important about one of the highest hills in England, and it's a bit of a mecca for people in London, and I suppose in the southeast in general. And this is why it made such an important RIMBY for me. It goes from moments in the middle of winter when you have scenes like this of the dew, you have even koromebi, which is a word that was fashionable hopefully before bokeh, but bokeh is now very fashionable. But the light shining through the trees has a Japanese word, which you can see there. And it's kind of a magical place sometimes. Whether you're there dressed up in winter and you want to drop a gear and climb, or whether you just want to take it easy, whether you just want to take it all in, whether it's hot or cold, we go there and we keep going there. And there's a few reasons for it. It's just a really beautiful area within an area of outstanding beauty in the south of England. And sometimes it makes you want to take it easy, and sometimes you want to get out of the saddle and go for it. You'll have to forgive me, this part I wanted to put some Benny Hill music, but it's, alas, copyrighted, so you're not going to get any Benny Hill music, but you can imagine it. I'll let you play it in your heads now for a second, before hearing the difference between the 3T and a normal bike. Sadly, you can't record with a drone in Box Hill, or at least I've never seen that I want to do it. But here, as you come out of the second corner, I've used a Insta3X just to show you how easy the handling is on the 3T whilst you're climbing one-handed. You can play around with technology and just get on with it, really. It's a superb handling bike. And even though I haven't got it on this video, it handles amazingly. There's another video that I'll do on the trip back from Box Hill, which is very fast, average of 40 to 50 kilometers an hour, winding roads, goes through tree coverage like you see here, and open areas, but a lot of fast descents, quite often muddy with debris on the road, and the large diameter wheels and the handling, just handle it so well. I remember once a car cut me up in a 2-lane road, and I had to slam on the brakes in the wet, and the way the rear end came in and skipped slightly sideways was astonishing. So here, one of the great things of Box Hill is it was an Olympic. It was part of the 2012 Olympics, and the men climbed this 10 times and descended via a route which you'll be able to see in the blog post that I do, where you can add the route that they did to keep looping. Or you can, in fact, just go back down again. But it seems funny to do a zigzag like this for such a simple climb, but it really is. If you keep doing this enough, you'll see that the monotony is there, and there are people who you even see Everesting this climb. I just can't tire of sometimes how the light shines through the trees on these climbs. This is more video from who knows when, climbing through morning light, through dew. We've been up here in snow, we've been up here in blazing sunshine, and sadly we've even been here when it's raining, which is pretty awful. But yeah, the zigzags and Box Hill never seem to bore you. gratuitous music piece, but I couldn't resist. Some more koromebi. It's a new bokeh. You should look it up, believe me. One day koromebi will be as famous as bokeh. When I used to ask how many diaphragms a lens had in camera shops 10 years ago, people thought I was crazy, but it was all about the bokeh. As you arrive towards the top, you realise that Box Hill is like any hill or any mountain. It's all about getting to the top. Whether you get there alone or whether you go with friends, it's all about the bike and it's all about the hill. But mostly about the friends.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Con la 3T, que se vea la 3T. Que esto, si no, tío, el año que viene no nos da el módulo nuevo, tío. ¿No?
Even friends like this. So, it's not just about Bucks Hill. You've got to get there, and this is driving through Richmond Park in sub-zero temperatures in the winter when you're wondering, why do I do this? And this is my very first video with the 3T. I've now had it for over a year, and I've ridden it in all weathers, in all temperatures, in all times, and quite frankly, it's the only bike I've really used. All my other bikes have now been put on eBay. And there's a reason for that. It is just an amazing handling. Super quick, super bike. He's coming back. He's going faster than a Lambo, which we all know the 3T is faster than a Lambo. And here's coming back to the top of the hill. There's much more to Box Hill, as you can see, about getting there and coming back than I've probably shown you here. Here's the cafe from the National Trust, which you can see on the right. But the aficionados and the conoscenti, we prefer a different kind of cafe with a bike shop. Did I tell you about koromebi? It's the new bokeh. Okay, so less about Box Hill and more about the cafe. It's important to have a good coffee and a good cake after a big ride. Even on the most comfortable bike there is, and the most aero bike like the 3T. Yep, it is all about the cake and the coffee, especially for Fernando. But back to the bike.
Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Con la 3T, que se vea la 3T. Que esto, si no, tío, el año que viene no nos da el módulo nuevo, tío. ¿No?
And of course, the friends who make fun of you having to put your photo of your bike in the picture. But that's what it's all about. It is all about the bike, as Sean Kelly sometimes said. And when it's not about the bike, it's about the hill. And it's about taking a picture of your bike at the top of the hill. But most of all, it's about getting there with your friends, and the Strada attracts attention and gives you reason to get out there with your friends more than any other bike I've ever had.